don't try to make formulas or ideals or ideologies out of life. There is no substitute for involvement. I'm just telling you, do whatever the hell you want. Those who are chasing enlightenment, just relax a bit.
In my life, be it business negotiations or even in marriage or even raising kids or career decisions, how do I know what is it that works?
You're married and you want to know what works. See, you must be like God, that you are a silent partner, then it works. Just like God, whatever anybody does, just learn to be like God. Never intervene in anything. Every day in the morning, every kind of idiot will tell you what you should do today. You just listen. Just like God. Marriage will work. It may not work with your profession. See, you're misunderstanding this. You're trying to make this into some kind of a value system. You're trying to make it your philosophy. I will do only what works. Well, you took an oath, I will do only what works. Now you don't know what works. Because what works will not come with an oath or a commandment. What works comes with constant observation and evolution of who you are, isn't it? Hello? The same things, how you made them work, how clumsily you made something work 10 years ago, the same thing you may be doing it with ease today, isn't it so? Or you may be doing it clumsily today, you were doing it well at one time. Whichever way, whichever kind of evolution has happened. So, what works is not some kind of a formula, it is an evolution of a human being to come to what works on all levels of life. This is like reading… I mean, you're just falling out of a self-help book. No, I'm not a self-help book. Do what works. Do whatever the hell you want. What's my problem? But what's the point of doing something that doesn't work? Hello? I'm not telling you, you should do only what works. Do whatever the hell you want. But for your life, because it's a limited amount of time, what is the point doing something that does not work, isn't it? Either it should work for you or it should work for people around you. If it doesn't work for you and anybody around you, what is the point of doing that damn thing? This happened. Soldiers, American soldiers were leaving on duty. So, one of them told the other, you know, Steve's wife, she read 3 Musketeers and she delivered triplets. This is, oh my God, my wife is reading Birth of a Nation. What am I supposed to do? That's not how it works. So don't make this into some kind of an ethic or a philosophy, I will do only what works. Well, just to see what works needs a lot of application even for the smallest damn things, isn't it? Hello? To do a smallest thing, like hitting a ball or kicking a ball straight, you know how much it takes? Somebody who can kick a ball where he wants, wow, the whole world is worshipping him just because he kicks a damn ball. Yes or no? because people understand what it takes. Nobody is worshipping him because he kicks a ball, because people can see what has gone into it. Isn't it so? People can see what has gone into to be able to kick a ball the way he is kicking, what has gone into it, his life has gone into it. So, don't make philosophies and ethics out of everything, or don't tell yourself a commandment, I will do only what works. It's a good commandment, but now you don't know what works. So, no. You need to be conscious and apply yourself to every damn thing. If you just learn this much, that you don't decide what is important and what is not important. I was in the Rally for Rivers board meeting just before I came here in New Delhi. The CII, that is the Confederation of Indian Industry, their board also participated in the Rally for Rivers board because they're looking at how to support this, because slowly people are realizing the magnitude of what has been unfolded. Everybody's trying to be part of it. We have an eminent board, the CEO of the World Wildlife Fund and the topmost water experts and the topmost farmers producer organization people. We have a judge from the Supreme Court, and it's a very eminent board. As this Kaveri calling project was being talked about, and for every question particularly certain experts had and they were asking, I was casually telling them what to do. They said, Sadhguru, how do you know all these things? I said, right from my early childhood, I just wandered around without any purpose. Without any purpose. Simply I wandered in the jungles, in the forests, in the rivers and this. But I paid absolute attention to every plant, every insect, the air, the moisture, the works and everything. What was aimless wonder today is becoming formidable knowledge that is not written in any damn book. For the first time, somebody is talking in a comprehensive way, not from a textbook. This was just aimless wonder. As a child, as a youth, just wandered around without any purpose. So even if it is purposeless, you can't live without attention, isn't it? Hello? So just do this one thing, stop discriminating what is important, what is not important. If you pay the same level of absolute attention to every damn thing, you will see that what is the right thing to do is a very natural process. But you have already decided what is important, what is not important, how will you evolve, what is the right thing to do? Half the world is already been given up because it's not important. You are paying attention, only you even look at somebody properly only if they are of something to you. No, I looked at everybody, absolutely. Every life, every damn thing, every pebble, every moment that was happening in the earth, in the atmosphere, everything, not as a study, simply because I had eyes and I had an attention span. I paid attention to everything. Today they're saying this is something phenomenal. I was just laughing and saying, see, I just wandered aimlessly, everybody thought I'm just a vagabond. But now this aimless wandering is paying off in a huge way. Because it doesn't matter what the hell you're doing, small things or big things. If you are absolutely involved, absolutely, you will see, you will know what's the right thing to do. You trying to live here without involvement. This is why you have morals, you have ideals, you have ideologies, you have values, you have ethics, you have commandments, because you are trying to live here without involvement. You want ready-made formula. What is the right thing to do? Thou shalt not, thou shalt not, thou shalt not. Did the world get fixed, I'm asking? Every goddamn school-going children knows what is the right thing to do. Has it worked? It's not worked because you think there is a substitute for involvement. There is no substitute for involvement. Where there is no involvement, there will be no life. So don't try to make formulas or ideals or ideologies out of life. All life takes is absolute involvement, unbridled involvement, not distinguishing who is who, what is what, just absolutely involved with everything that you're in touch with right now. If you do this one thing, well, according to your level of intelligence, and nature also should yield. With all this, you will know what is the best thing to do, given your perspective, of course. See, right now, if you bring a man of certain capability, he may do something in a given situation. That's not the right thing to do for you, isn't it? You must know what is the right thing for you to do in a given situation. You won't be able to do what he does. You must be able to do what you can do to the best of your ability. That is the right thing to do in your life. You don't try to do like somebody else. So that will be the problem the moment you decide what is the right thing to do. No, there is no ready-made solution. Involvement, there is no substitute for involvement. Where there is no involvement, there is no life. Let 2019 be a life of absolute involvement, because if you want to experience this life, you need involvement. Whatever the hell you do, will you do it with absolute involvement in the coming months? See, I'm a really nice guru, okay? I'm a really nice guru. Because I'm not telling you, this is the thing to do. Everybody who came are always trying to tell you, this is the thing to do. I'm just telling you, do whatever the hell you want. Do it well. And that cannot be done without involvement, isn't it? Huh? Small things and big things. Will you do it with total involvement? How you wake up in the morning, total involvement. How you brush your teeth, total involvement. How you shit, total involvement. How you eat, total involvement. How you do your Shambhavi, total involvement. Everything that you do not distinguish what is small, what is big. When I said shit, you said he. Okay, then don't do it. If you think it is not important, or if you think it's dirty, you should not do it. I'm saying, do not make a distinction what is filthy and what is sacred. This is where the key is. Because involvement means unprejudiced inclusion also. The moment you say, this is sacred, this is filthy, can you involve with the filthy? Hello? You will be constipated. Yes, and then nothing will work. So 2019, a year of absolute involvement, indiscriminate involvement. Not indiscriminate action, indiscriminate involvement. Can you look at a weed outside with as much involvement as you would look at your child? This is all you need to do. Just bring this kind of involvement, unprejudiced, absolute involvement. You will see life will blossom in a wonderful way. 2019, you must blossom. Those who are chasing enlightenment, just relax a bit and just be involved with whatever the hell you're doing. Life will happen in a wonderful way. Compulsiveness is coming from ingrained memory. To what extent it dominates will decide how compulsive you are. Don't try to counter it, don't try to forcefully beat it. What spiritual process means is to create an awareness, to become conscious in such a way that we override the memory.
My question is about compulsion, eating compulsion, drug compulsion, feeding compulsion, every compulsion in life, and how this is connected with a lot of noise and disturbing that we have inside. How we express this noise inside through the compulsion to outside.
See, what you call as compulsive is, generally, people only recognize compulsive physical behavior. Somebody is addicted to drink, somebody is addicted to something else, somebody compulsively is abusive or something else negative that they cannot avoid doing is considered compulsive. But we must look a little deeper. The very way we sit and stand, largely it's compulsive. Maybe if you are practicing Hatha Yoga, slowly how you sit, how you stand is becoming a conscious process. Otherwise, it's largely compulsive. If we see your shadow, how you sit down, we almost know who it is, because you sit in a particular way, you stand up in a particular way. Have you noticed this? Every body has its own compulsive patterns. Compulsiveness is coming from ingrained memory. You can call it genetic, you can call it karmic, you can call it by many other names, but essentially, memory has taken over your life. What spiritual process means is to create an awareness, to become conscious in such a way that we override the memory, not just in small levels of compulsiveness of behavior or food or whatever else, but in the very compulsiveness of life, which has to go through cyclical process of life and death. To beat the ultimate compulsion is the longing to be born and the inevitable process of life and death. So when we use the word mukti, I know today there are mukti chocolates and ice creams, but it's okay, they're making the word popular. At least that way you use the word. So, essentially compulsiveness means something is going cyclical. You are not able to beat the cyclical movement that's happening within you, either psychologically, emotionally, energy-wise or physically in your behavior patterns. Maybe you are noticing only the behavioral patterns, the compulsive nature of your behavior. You are not noticing the compulsive nature of your thought unless it becomes very acute, compulsive nature of your emotion, compulsive nature of the way the energy patterns move, and above all, the compulsive nature of your very existence. Every aspect of life is influenced by memory. To what extent it dominates will decide how compulsive you are. It is like… I think I said this some time ago. Swami creeps upon me every day, but not compulsively. When on the headphones they hear my voice is little going like that, he's coming with a warm drink, which sometimes I drink and sometimes I don't. But you can make this a compulsive pattern. That is, every day at 12 o'clock, I'm sorry, at 2 o'clock, warm drink. You need it, you don't need it. This is called developing good habits. There are no good habits. All habits are bad because habit means you're trying to operate in a compulsive pattern. When you feel thirsty, you drink water. No, not like that. Doctor tells you every day 3 liters of water, half the time you are in the pee place. No, doctor should not tell you when to drink water. You must be conscious when you need water. Something so simple. But no, it's all set. When it's all set, it looks like you're functioning efficiently. Yes, you are. Efficiency without a heart is no good, it's cruel. Adolf Hitler is very efficient, but inhuman. This is what will happen in everybody's life. Unknowingly you become tyrannical. Maybe you will never be, fortunately, as capable as him, but you will become equally cruel to yourself and everybody around you because you have your stupid sense of discipline. Now, but Sadhguru, if I don't wake up my children at 6 o'clock, they will wake up at noontime. It is true. It is true. You have to wake them up at 6 o'clock, otherwise they may become sloth. So this is a fine game. Life is a fine game. If you want to do it in a crude way, you can do it. But if you want to do it well, it's a fine game. The same thing can be done in many different ways. So, Sadhguru, how do I wake up my children, Sadhguru? In a conscious way, at 6 o'clock in the morning, because they have to go to school at 7. Well, there are many situations in the world which not entirely our making, but we have to sync with it. Otherwise, we will become disaligned with everything. We have to wake up the child to send him to school at 7. This happened. At 7 o'clock, not 6, a mother came for the 10th time since early morning and shook her son, "Wake up, you need to go to school." He said, "Mama, nobody likes me in school. The teachers don't like me. The rest of the staff don't like me. The bus drivers hate me. I don't want to go to school." So the mother said, "No, you must be responsible, you have to go to the school. After all, you are the principal." To fulfill certain situations, we create certain patterns, but the pattern can be conscious pattern. It may be a rigid pattern, but a conscious pattern for a period of time to fulfill certain situations. But it need not become a part of our system. If you go with the rhythms of nature naturally some things will happen in certain ways. Isn't that also compulsive? That every year in the month of June, monsoon should come. Is that not compulsive? It is. That is the nature that is the physical nature of the existence. It is by patterns, set patterns. Unfortunately, even the monsoons are becoming a bit conscious and not coming. That's an unfortunate break of pattern. But physical nature is made of patterns. Whether individual atom or a cell or a molecule or the entire system, this is the way physical is made. This is the difference or distinction a human being knowingly or unknowingly trying to establish that I am something beyond the physical. No spiritual teaching might have gone into an individual person, but still even that person is trying to somehow prove to himself or herself that I am something more than physical. If somebody treats you just as a physical entity, you don't like it, isn't it? Hello? Physicality falls into set patterns. A dimension beyond physical doesn't fall into any set patterns. That is where it is from that dimension the very idea of consciousness has risen in human mind. Human beings right now, in the evolutionary scale of things, are like, let's say a bird which was left in a cage for a long time. Then, after many years, the cage door is left open, but the bird never makes an attempt to fly because it's gotten used to the cage. It's gotten identified with the cage and it doesn't fly. This is human nature right now. In the evolutionary scale of things, what was a crawling creature now has become like this. Now, the lid is blown away, but still we don't crawl out, simply because of habit. The genetic influence causing compulsive behavior. This happened. A 3-year-old boy told his friend, "When I grow up, I will marry the girl next door." So the friend asked, "Why?" So the boy said, "Because I'm not allowed to cross the street." So, compulsiveness, don't try to counter it, don't try to forcefully beat it. You just have to become conscious. This is like the light and darkness business. You don't fight with the darkness, that will be foolish. Compulsiveness is an expression of lack of consciousness. You don't have to fight it. If you become more conscious, compulsive patterns will just disappear. It is like if you turn on the lights, darkness is gone. You don't have to fight with it. If you fight with darkness, you are on an endless fight.